Hi friends, welcome back to another reading. Today we're going to be looking at what makes you so captivating, beautiful, and attractive to other people, or what people notice about you when you walk in the room or when you're just like around them. So I'm pretty excited for this, and I love our setup. Look at this. I got this from Michael's and I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I don't know if you guys know that meme where the skeleton is like a fairy. It's got like fairy wings on it and it's like running with a magic wand. It's just giving me that vibe. I love it. We have some tea here too. I don't know if you guys can see the design. I don't want it to tip over, but it's really nice. This is kava tea, so it's really good. There's a message. We all want to be understood, to be acknowledged, to be loved. Huh, damn right. Okay. So if you guys hear me sipping, it's the kava tea, but let's cleanse this space with my tiny incense stick. I really don't want to waste, so. But close your eyes, breathe, pick a pile when you're ready. Just allow the smoke to cleanse. Hi there, Pile 1. If you chose the Victoria's Secret Bombshell perfume, welcome to your reading. I love this perfume. It smells so good. So it is my favorite. But let's get started. We have the Nine of Pentacles, or well, it's known as the Nine of Rings in this deck, with influencer. So maybe you guys could be an influencer or have a lot of following on social media. Queens of Roses, which is the Queen of Wands, the Beauty Queen. I am living for the art in this deck. And the Thinking Woman 47. All right, so right away what I want to point out is you guys could be an influencer. You guys could have a big following on social media and that catches people's attention. You guys could post a lot about yourself. You guys could post, I'm seeing like cake decorations for some of you guys. Quite random, but like I think you guys like, some of you guys might like to design cakes and you post that alongside like what I'm getting a vision of somebody who knows how to market really well. Somebody who markets their designs, their cakes, and you also post pictures and videos of yourself working or just in those fancy mirrors with your coat and like you're working. But yeah, I think for some of you guys, you may really like to post your work. You may post yourself doing work or just those TikTok shorts of you doing work, which is really nice to people. People find that appealing. They find your artistic abilities appealing. That's the right word. Yes, appealing. They find it extraordinary is what I heard. They find it cute, simple, pretty. If you guys don't own like any cake shop or you don't design cakes, and I'm seeing you really like to post yourself doing makeup, or some of you guys could be makeup artists, or you just post pictures and videos of yourself and people are attracted. They like what they see because they see you as blinged out. They really like your eyes. Maybe you do eyeliner and they really like that. They like how you do your hair. They really like just your whole face. It's so aesthetically pleasing to people. Some of you guys have really nice eyebrows too. And maybe you guys have like short black hair, short jet black hair. And maybe you guys like to specifically dye it jet black because it just looks really nice. Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of people like dye their hair like jet black on top of having black hair, and it just gives a different effect, and I love it. It's really pretty. But yeah, so some of you guys could be like a makeup artist or be into beauty a lot, or just overall dress really fancy and take care of yourself, and people are just like, wow, she's living the life. Like she looks like she's having fun. She radiates health. You don't need to be a female for this to resonate, but I'm just saying. She radiates health, she radiates beauty, she just radiates like, wow, like she's just, her eyebrows are on fleek is what I just heard. But yeah, you guys might have really nice eyebrows. But I feel like people see you as a prize, as a trophy. They're a trophy wife. Some of you guys could be married. But definitely I feel like people look at you and they're like, she is so attractive and sexy and confident and beautiful. And it's because it emanates from within, right? And I know I'm saying she. I don't know why I'm saying she. You could be whatever gender watching this, by the way. But yes, you could be very into jewelry. I'm seeing Arab jewelry, to be specific, like their traditional jewelry and bangles, like from Indian culture. So maybe you guys like to wear that with casual outfits, right? Maybe some of you guys are like Indian and Arab watching this too. But I feel like people see you as on top. You're on top of your game, you're on top of your looks, you're on top of your health. And people feel like, people may even try to compete with you. People may try to compete for your place. And you're just kind of like, no, nobody can take away the security I built in myself. Why? Because we have the Nine of Pentacles here. And the Nine of Pentacles is very much secure and abundant in herself, and or in yourself if you're not a woman watching. Very much secure in yourself, very much an unbothered queen, right? And the Queen of Wands knows her worth and knows she deserves to be confident and is walking that talk, you know, and is really sassy about it and unapologetically herself. So I can't help but feel like this is really your era, your moment. I just heard it's your moment. So maybe your birthday's coming up soon. Maybe you just have a lot of successes surrounding you right now and people are seeing that and they're just kind of like, damn, I wish I could join in on that. Like, I wish I could have some too. Like, give me some of that cake. And you're just kind of like, no. If you want a piece of my cake, you have to be in my life. You have to earn your position respectfully, you know? So I'm getting the idea that you don't let people in easily. And it's also what keeps them hooked because they want to know how to get into your circle. It's giving me secret circle vibes, secret garden, secret, like, people just don't know what's going on in your circle because yes, you do post, but there's an element of privacy. So you don't air everything out and people just want to know how to get into your life, how to get closer to you. And with the thinking woman, I can't help but feel like you're very observant. You're very smart. So this is not all to you, right? The part of you that posts and is glamorous on social media. No, I feel like there's more to you. I feel like you have a very fast working brain. I feel like you're an intellectual. I feel you could read a lot. You could diversify your knowledge in philosophy, psychology, or just reading books, right? You may like to read books as a hobby. And people may not know this about you because you're always kind of like, well, it's reserved for you is what I just heard. It's not for anybody else. It's for you, right? It's what you enjoy is what I just heard too. So I love that. I support. With the butterfly here, I feel like you have such a unique perspective and take on the world and how the world works. And you're able to see things so clearly that you also help to transform people's perspective around you too. Wherever you go, it's like there's a transformation somewhere. You know, whether someone looks at you, they're like, I'm so inspired by her. Or you, sorry, I'm so inspired by you that I just want to change myself for the better. It's almost like that when people look at you, they're so inspired. They look at you and they get this sense of motivation, ambition in themselves, right? Because they can feel your energy. And excuse me while I drink my tea. Don't want to forget it's here. I feel like I'm talking really fast. So maybe you guys are like fast thinkers, like you guys talk really fast or... But yeah, there's a lot of energy here. I mean, with the Queen of Wands, that's a very fast-moving, fast-paced kind of energy. I wouldn't say careless. It's more so very fast abundance sort of energy. Quick-paced kind of energy. But she definitely knows where to place it. So you know where to place your energy. I feel like with the thinking woman, you guys are... I heard an open book. So maybe you guys are open-minded to meeting people and new connections. And there are certain topics you'd love to be open about, but not everything until that person is much more involved in your life. I think you really enjoy reading people. I think that is something you take pleasure in. I heard guilty pleasure. So maybe you guys just do this very often where you're the one that's mysterious and you want to know everything else about the other person and you're going to put in, I won't say effort, but just you're going to analyze them. It's almost like you're holding them under a microscope or magnifying glass, and people tend to feel uncomfortable by that. But I think what you're trying to do, okay, so here's another message. I'm hearing some of you guys may do that to deflect attention from you, because maybe some of you guys are uncomfortable with the attention you receive on social media or in real life, and it makes sense. It's very valid. So some of you guys may like to deflect that attention a lot and put it on the other person and give them the spotlight. But in turn, it makes them be even more attracted to you, because people like to know that they're important. People like the spotlight onto them, and you're giving them exactly what they want and need. And it's kind of like, shit, they're still attracted to me. Well, they should be. But definitely I kind of feel like it's a bit of a paradox, right? It's very interesting here, pile 1. You guys are so interesting. But she's wearing a lot of green, and I cannot help but think you like to analyze people's situations and maybe issues too, and provide support. You don't put it onto them and force anybody. No, I'm getting that you like to dissect people and their problems, and it helps you learn and apply what it is you already know to the world. And in turn, people learn so much more about you. But it's like you have a way of talking without getting much information about yourself out. I heard you know how to talk up a storm, but at the same time, you're not releasing anything personal. And there's a certain way you have to do that. There's a very certain way you have to structure your conversation and your dialogue so that you're not saying such personal things. So I feel like you guys might be in your head a lot. And this is something people don't see. You're in your head a lot, pile 1. You're in your... Did you guys just hear that? Somebody just sneezed. Maybe that's confirmation from spirit. I'll take it. It's random, but I'm not the only one in this place, okay? I do apologize. But we're gonna take it as confirmation. But yeah, I was thinking like you guys are in your head, analyzing, perceiving, structuring your conversations, thinking about different topics all the time. While people see this, really, you're trying to get a better understanding and a scope of the world and the people around you specifically. It's almost like you enjoy cracking people open, if I'll be honest. Like, a bit of a detective here, okay? What's going on, pile 1? You guys like to play detective, don't you? Yeah, I just can't help but feel like you guys are thinkers. And I think that people underestimate your intelligence. But your intelligence is what gives you this sense of classiness, this mysteriousness, because you know much more than people think. That's why they're so attracted to you, because I feel people can feel that you're not necessarily hiding something, but you know much more than you let out. You know much more than you give, right? And I think you're fine with that. I think you're cool with that. Until that person has earned their place in your life, I feel you're cool with just being yourself, and to not, you don't need to be desperate for people's attention is what I'm trying to say. You don't move like that. And the thing is, people can tell when someone is desperate or looking for something outside of them. It's very easy to pick up and see those kinds of energies. And I'm not shaming anybody, but it's very easy to pick up on that kind of energy. So I feel like you've learned to really be secure in yourself and what you know and what you think. And you don't like to show off yourself as being desperate or being needy or being clingy. While people may say you've been withdrawn or just resistant, I think you have a different approach. I think you are able to say to them, no, I'm just slow-paced. I'm just to myself. I just know me. You know, I don't need to throw myself in, you know, the wolf den. You know, I like to take it slow. So maybe that's something you try to tell people, and, you know, people have a different perspective of you. And you're like, no, you don't get to tell me who I am. So that's really interesting, and I love that for you. But yeah, I can't help but feel like you guys have worked really hard to get to where you're at too. I mean, this may not be first place, but it is second place. And I can't help but feel, no matter what place you're in your life, it doesn't even matter to be first place, but I feel like you guys have been working really hard on something, and you're You've been climbing up slowly and steadily and surely, and now you're feeling passionate and inspired by the things that you do, and you're hoping to get to where it is you're wanting to be and to fulfill your desires right now. And I can't help but feel maybe you've been working on a project and you've been hiding it from people, not hiding as in like secrets, but, and you're totally entitled to whatever you choose to share with people. Let me just drink some tea. I feel you have a game plan that people don't know about. There's something you're working towards in your journey, whether it's in your job, business, career, something, education, and people don't know about it, and you like to keep things hush hush because it's important to you. And this woman is about to elevate and go up the stairs, so I can't help but feel like you're increasing your knowledge in secret. You're working on a project in secret, behind closed doors is what I heard. So there's something you're working on that will lead you to a much higher position in your life, and you prefer to keep it private because you don't want to celebrate something before the event happens, is what I heard too. Wow. But yes, people are very much attracted to your features. They're so aesthetically pleasing. They're so magnificent is what I heard. She's like majestic is what I heard too. So some of you guys could definitely be women watching this. Her features are majestic. If you're a guy, your features are majestic. I feel people definitely notice the things you have around you, like you're materialistically abundant. People really like your ambition, your drive, your empowered self. I think that some guys, is what I also heard, some guys may get intimidated by that and may think they're not good enough for you, and you maybe look at them and you're kind of like, oh, I don't need you. This woman, the way that she's just kind of looking at, like, I can't help but feel like this is like your kind of expression, except like your eyes are just maybe like squinting a little bit more, and you're just kind of looking at them up and down, and you're like, I don't need you. Like, you know, I deserve somebody who's gonna step up for me and not self-pity, not self-loathe, right? So maybe you're that kind of, you know, your standards are high, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like people struggle to rise to meet them, but you don't lower them anyway. So I feel like you've overcome a lot of people-pleasing tendencies to be where you're at now, which is wonderful, pile one. Honestly wonderful. Look at this. I just noticed this, like the books, and they're all stacked. I heard that you're a walking library. So you definitely are very smart, pile one, whether that's with finances, you're street smart, you're book smart, whatever it is, you're very smart at something. Or you're just spiritually endowed, you know, with knowledge and wisdom. And that's not something people expect. And when they look at you, they don't necessarily see the spiritual nature of you. And I think that's why you're multi-layered and you're multifaceted, because people don't expect to see this other side of you, but it's there. I feel there are multiple layers to you, because I'm also seeing with this Queen of Wands, there's the part of you that struggled to get to where you are now. There's that version. And then there's the version that got curious and got interested and excited. And then there's the version of you that was struggling to believe you could do it. And then there's the version that actually did it. So I feel like there's multiple versions of you that people don't see. And you're cool with that, because you know yourself and you're secure. I feel you could be a Virgo or a Gemini, because this thinking woman is giving me mercurial vibes. So maybe you have a strong Mercury. Scorpio Mercury is what I heard too. Virgo and Scorpio Mercury both like to play it cool, I'm not gonna lie. They both really like to, but deep inside their head, they're very much thinkers, all right. Their brains work like a piston when it comes to thinking. It's working really, it's just having multiple tabs open on windows and not closing them out. That's how I would describe it. What else? What other Mercury sign? Virgo, Scorpio, what else? I feel like there's another one that would do that too. Pisces and Cancer Mercury. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that one, because they don't even know why those tabs are open, what those tabs are for, and they can't even find what tab they're looking for because they have thousands opened already. It's just drowning in a sea of madness. So, but you know, gotta love my Cancer and Pisces Mercury. Very sweet, very sweet. very much in tune with the collective too. I feel like there's some sort of success, birthday, event, where you're being recognized a lot and you're being crowned, and literally we have a crown here. You're leveling up. People are seeing that. You're surrounded by an audience and you look so classy. You look so abundant and yeah, so mysterious and like, I deserve this. And people kind of see you as ruthless when it comes to your success. Not in a bad way, but you've worked really hard and you do whatever it takes to continue your projects or continue working on yourself. So people may even think of you as like cold-blooded because you don't maybe show emotion on your face, or you just, you know, you have a resting bitch face, you might say. That is interesting. Maybe you journal a lot too, and people don't really take you as the one to self-reflect and think a lot, but you do. I think people would expect you to focus on material things, and they kind of neglect the idea that like you could be focused on your health too and be very health conscious, right? So I think people think people think that they wait a minute. People think, well, no. People like to think that they know you. That's the message. People like to think that they know you, but they really don't, is what I'm understanding here. Wow. I did just hear you're elevating to a higher consciousness too with these steps and these stairs. So that's really wonderful. And I feel like you're entering more of your heart space era as well, tapping into your heart space, because she's wearing green. And if you're taking that into account with the stairs and the higher consciousness, I feel like you're tapping into your heart space more often to reach a higher state of living, right? So that's more peace, abundance, and flow. And I feel like that's being reflected on the outside, which is really wonderful, and people can definitely see your hard work. They really, really can. Well, that's wonderful. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for clicking and watching this. I hope that this resonated with you, and I hope you have a great, wonderful day or night. Please support this channel if you would like to. It's always appreciated. You don't have to do anything, but it's always appreciated. But I'll see you another time. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you chose to guess Seductive Red perfume, this is your reading. I got this perfume as a gift and I really, really like it. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think I would like it at first, but it smells really good. I'm usually very picky with my scents, but it's very nice. We have the 5 of Wands. This is represented as the 5 of Roses. Competition. This is just hilarious. Look at them, just midair. I hope you're liking the setup today. It's actually really nice. 4 of Wands, the Mansion. Love that. And man holding a coin. So listen, you don't need to be a man watching this to resonate, or a woman. You could be whatever you want to be, an alien. That's cool. We're all chill here. All right, so right away, I'd like to say people may like to fight to be in your circle. People, either that, or you have the fantasy of people fighting to be in your life. People fighting over you specifically. That's very interesting, pile 2. Listen, no judgment here. Definitely, I feel maybe people want to fight to be in your social circle because they feel like you're so abundant, materialistically speaking. You have a beautiful apartment, a beautiful home, or you're just surrounded by a lot of beauty and aestheticism. I don't know if that's a word. And maybe you have such a beautiful house that people are attracted to, and they see you as having a lot of wealth, which people kind of envy, if I'm going to be honest, because this does represent competition. And I mean, it says competition here, so I feel like a lot of people envy the things that you have around you. But the thing is, you know what you've worked for, so why let them take it, right? And I feel that while you're very generous about your wealth and your abundance, and you like to share that with people, I feel like you've begun to see that people may not have the best intentions towards you, and you know, they may have a lot of hidden intentions than what they show you, right? Their intentions may not be the best. They may want this pentacle, this coin. They may want your money. They may want to have a bit of this, right? But it's almost like these people have not seen how hard you've worked for it, and they don't appreciate or respect the fact that it's not all for grabs. You know, you share it, and it's a choice to share that. So remember, they might get cut out, you know, and maybe that's something that you think, if you continue to take advantage of me, I'll just have to cut you out. Maybe that's how you guys move, and I respect that. But I feel like with the Four of Wands, you guys have a beautiful home, or you have dreams of being in a beautiful home, or you're working on that right now, and you're working towards having more abundance in your life. And I feel like what people find attractive about you is definitely your hair. I will say, if you're a man or a woman, your hair. They like the way that you dress in your chest area. I will say that. They think maybe you're a Leo. Maybe you got like Leo placements here, or Aries. Maybe you're a fire sign. If not, that's okay. Or an earth sign as well. We have pentacle here, coin. But I definitely feel maybe you're surrounded by a lot of celebration right now, and people want to be a part of that. Maybe your birthday's coming up soon and people want in. They want to share that abundance that you give out so, not so easily, but you're definitely pretty generous, I'd say. And I feel like people are wanting some of that cake, right? But have they made the cake with you to be able to receive some, right? Is what I'm getting. You know, have they really put in the fair share, and have they been with the cake since the start, right? You know, it's a little odd way of saying it, but it's like a metaphor, you know. Have you been with the start of building the cake? Have you been with me since the start? You know, it's kind of like that. And I feel like a lot of people are wanting to squeeze their way in without consideration and respect for you. But definitely people are attracted to your sense of home, peace, generosity, especially your material abundance, your wealth. Also, people do not think or expect you to be spiritual in nature, but you do carry a very spiritual energy, an etherealness, a sort of, you're different. Oh, you know, she's different. Oh, there's something, you know, different about her. She's just not like everybody else. I'm joking. But no, for real, I feel like you definitely have a sense of peace, balance, and homeliness in you, and people feel so comfortable with you and around you to be able to share with you their issues. So maybe you have like strangers coming to you about the things that they went through in their experiences, and you might kind of be shocked, like, oh, why are you telling me this respectfully? Like, I'm just shopping, I'm picking up a bag of apples at the grocery store, like you know. But I feel like a part of you understands deeply why. You know, the more you think about it, the more you feel, I feel like intuitively you understand why people feel so comfortable with you, right? Because you're comfortable within yourself first and foremost. And I think you've seen a lot of layers and sides to yourself, which is why people feel at home with you. So maybe you have a Cancer placement, Cancer 4th house, Libra 4th house, Taurus 4th house. What else? I feel like those are wonderful placements to have in the 4th house. They're indicators of having a well-made home and really caring for the people around you and yourself included. If not, that's fine. Or you have Capricorn in the 4th house. I feel people just admire you. People can look at you and they just find something beautiful about you, something so glowy, and God, you're like, you look like you just came out of a movie, is what I just heard. Like the clothes, the persona, the looks, like everything. You just look like you came out of a movie. People are like, how do you do that? Like, teach me your ways. And you're just kind of like, what? I'm just existing, guys. What's wrong with you? I'm just eating a bag of peanuts over here, like. But yeah, people definitely place you on a pedestal. If they don't, they definitely do in their minds. They create fantasies about you. They think about having your attention only on them. This guy looks pretty focused, if you ask me. Like, look at him. He's just like, damn, focused, all right, and giving me all that attention. So I feel like people definitely want your attention on them. They enjoy that, especially when your eyes are on them. They really love your eyes. They may be a different color compared to your family members, is what I just heard. Maybe you're the oddball and people still like that about you anyway, and you might be like, I'm just a human being, guys, like, relax. Like, my blue eyes are a genetic malfunction. I think a scientist or someone I read, like, someone told me blue eyes were a result of a genetic malfunction or something like that. Mutation, yes. So that's funny. But no, seriously, I feel like people really, really admire you and your eyes and your lips, especially if you're a man and a woman. They really like your lips, your hands. They may look at your hands, and if you're a man, they think of it as like, you know, it's very manly. I don't know what that means. You just have hands, okay? But yeah, people love to daydream and fantasize about you. So maybe you have a prominent Pisces placement too. People with Neptune and Pisces placements get projected on a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if like people have done that to you and still do that. They project the idea that you should be caring for them and you should be responsible for them. It's strange because they just kind of, it's like a stranger or maybe like a friend. They're just expecting you to come take care of them and to come be there for them and be their rock. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with sharing. It's almost like, but what about me too? What about my needs? You know, like, you know, be a little bit considerate here, right? So I feel like people might expect you to, you know, do that. But I feel like what makes you beautiful is your generosity, your generous heart, your generous mind. I feel like you have a generous soul. I feel like it's very warm. I feel like it's very much dreamy. All right, out. But yeah, I definitely feel people expect you to come take care of them and expect you to just suddenly stay forever in their life. And the thing is, I just heard maybe you tend to dip out or not isolate. I think you do a great job of communicating as well. And you communicate that you need breaks or time alone, or maybe you go for like a few days without talking to anybody. And it's like people kind of, they don't like that. Not because you've done something wrong. I feel like they don't like it because they don't have your attention anymore. They feel, it's like a people-pleasing tendency is coming out in them, an insecurity, right? And you're just out here taking time for yourself and prioritizing yourself, right? And I feel like it's quite normal for you to take a few days to yourself and no response. I feel like that's something you do, and I feel like maybe you have a Capricorn Mercury. I know Capricorn Mercuries don't like to text. They see it as something not necessary. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've had a few Capricorn Mercuries in my life and they just don't. Yeah. Aries Mercury too, they're very dry when it comes to texting. Especially if they're a guy. I'm sorry to my Aries Mercury, but like, y'all gotta do a little better, okay? I feel like it's the women that can be pretty funny. But anyway, I kind of feel like people demand your attention and your time. They want all of it. And it's kind of very, it's unfair because you need your time and energy and attention as well. Right? I feel like it goes towards building a beautiful home, community around you. I feel that you put a lot of effort into that, and now you need that for yourself too. But yeah, people fantasize about you doing a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie, I just heard that. So that's a little bit 18 plus, I'm not gonna lie, but we're not gonna get into that today because that's not what we're here to do. Yeah, people have a lot of fantasies about that. If you're a guy, you've got a really nice beard. Maybe your beard doesn't connect, but it just suits you perfectly, and people like that. Maybe you live by the beach is also what I heard. If you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. Maybe you live by the beach. But I feel like you carry a lot of wealth with you and abundance wherever you go, and people just can't help but feel it. It's very strong. Very, very strong. And maybe your appearance is like that too. It reflects the wealth that you have. Or maybe you don't like to flaunt it at all, and people are just kind of left guessing, how are you so wealthy, but don't act like it. You know, like you don't like have a fancy tailcoat or like those fancy shoes, dress shoes. Like, you know, people are kind of like, why don't you dress like that? You know, and you're just kind of like, well, there's no need for me to flaunt it. I'm not here to just, you know. Or maybe a part of you like enjoys hiding it. You like people to be surprised about your wealth, so maybe a part of you does enjoy it too. No judgment. But yeah, 7 is a spiritual number. I feel you've had a lot of spiritual development and growth in your life, and that's why you're able to connect with people on such an intuitive, deep level. Like, you could just be the stranger people walk up to. I don't even know why I'm getting grocery shop again. Like, I don't know why, but like, I don't know, maybe you just like doing groceries. But anyway, back to the point. I feel like people just walk up to you in a shop, store, place, whatever, and they feel something with you already. It's really, really interesting. And I heard it's really crazy. So maybe this is something you deal with not every day, but like on a regular occurrence, right? It's almost like they're little fans. Like your little fans or something. But yeah, I feel like people are heavily invested in you and your life and the things that you're doing, your projects, the people you're with. They want to know everything. And it's quite obsessive in nature. So maybe you have, oh my God, I heard Obsessed with Me by Mariah Carey. So like, yeah, people could be obsessed with you and your wealth and your generosity and just your business. And that's not something that you like to give out. Wow, I don't know why. With this card, I'm just getting a funny ass vision of you being in like the grocery store and like 2 people want to come talk to you and they're complete strangers, all right? One of them advances you and the other one is like, holy shit, no, I gotta stop this person, puts their hands out, stops the person from moving forward and is like, no, let me. And the other guy's like, no, let me. And then they both get into a fight or an argument, just kind of watching, stuffing your grocery bag with apples, bananas, whatever. You're just kind of like, what's wrong with them, huh? And then you're just kind of doing your thing. And the thing is, you have like, maybe a part of you knew that they wanted to talk to you, or maybe they're just, I don't know what it is. Oh my God, wow, you guys like are probably well known or something. Wow, that's something. That is something else. I've never gotten that before. But yeah, pile 2, I'll leave it here. This was super funny. I love this and I hope it resonated. I hope you have a great day or night, and I appreciate any support sent to this channel. Thank you so much and see you again. Bye. Heather Pile 3, welcome to your reading. We're going to be discussing what people find attractive about you or why people are interested in you. Same thing. I mean, I guess. But yeah. Ooh. I actually didn't know what perfume this was until I turned it over. So we had Beautiful Magnolia Intense. Maybe you are an intense person, and maybe you are really beautiful. Maybe you like the magnolia scent, or something about that seems quite important. But let's start. We have the Producer Plant. I love this. Oh, look at this. We have like the little bomb right up there. That's cool. Okay. We have the 7 of Cups, which is represented by the 7 of Flutes, the Edit, and 3 with Blossoming Abundance. Ooh, okay, love this. Alrighty, so right away I feel like people notice your intense aura and your intense magnetism and your intense, overall you just have a very intense vibe. And I feel maybe you have a prominent Pluto or Neptune in your chart. 1st, 10th, 7th house could be important, in 4th house. In 12th house is what I'm hearing. Something in your 12th house. I feel like people see you as very ethereal. They see you as very angelic and very much powerful but gentle at the same time. You're not cooking up a storm as soon as you walk in. No, rather your energy slowly glides in and then it hits people, and then it's like, oh, you're there. Your energy enters the room first is what I heard and what I understand. And I can't help but feel maybe you have connections that are no strings attached. Maybe you're into that. Maybe that's how you move and you like to keep it that way because it's easier. Wow, okay, so some people might see you as ruthless, not in a bad way, but definitely people see you as like, you don't do strings attached. Or maybe you do. Maybe for some of y'all you do. You just prefer not to keep that open in public. I feel people have a lot of temptations and fantasies about you. That's a little bit 18+. We're not going to get into that, but they definitely have fantasies they want to participate in with you, and when they stalk your social media, if you do have, they are delighted in what they see. They like what they see right away is what I heard. I feel people are scared you might cut them off. They're afraid that they're going to do something to ruin their connection with you, or ruin something on the first date, I heard, or first impression kind of thing, and they're worried that you're going to cut them off right away because you don't do strings attached, for some of y'all. But I'm feeling like that makes you even more intense and mysterious as a person. And they like that. They're attracted to that. People are attracted to that. But not only that, you are like the empress. You know your worth, and you know your values, and you know your priorities. Because we have the number 3. The number 3 relates to the empress in tarot, and I can't help but feel people are definitely attracted to your sense of abundance. And you take care of yourself physically, which people are damn right attracted to, whether you're a woman or male, doesn't matter. You take care of yourself, you radiate health and abundance, and you're wealthy in a way. You're wealthy emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You're well endowed is also what I heard. Maybe somewhere else, if you know what I mean. And also spiritually, you know. Enough with the dirty joke spirit. I can't help but feel like people, they want to know what's going on in your mind, because I feel like people take one look at you and you just already know what's going on, and people know that you know, and they're kind of like, well, what do you know? Can you tell me more? It's kind of like that. Like, they want you to say what's on your mind. They like to figure you out. They like to think that they can figure you out. I feel like, not that you're cutting, not that you're sly, but you definitely keep a close eye on things more than you let on too. Maybe you like to analyze and figure people out. And I feel like people may even send you their energy spiritually, and you pick up on it. You pick up on things before they happen. You pick up on people entering your life before it happens. And you may share some spiritual bonds with people here on this lifetime, this earth. Overall, I feel like you're kind of like doing your own thing. You don't really, you're quite reserved. You don't like to share things with people if you don't see a need to. I feel like there's something you're working on in the background that is not out there yet, and you don't really want to tell people right now. And I feel it's because it's important to you, and I just heard you have a chokehold over the masses. So, wow, okay. So maybe you have like a huge following, and you like to keep things private just for the sake of keeping them private, and it's also your project, your idea, whatever you're working on. It's a part of you, and people are not really meant to know, and also because it's kind of fun is what I heard. You like to keep people guessing. That's funny. But I feel like your eyes are beautiful. Your lips, your hair, I feel like maybe you have long straight hair, or it's wavy. Maybe you just cut it recently is what I heard. So people like that. People are digging the new look. You have really pretty long eyelashes too. Whether you're a male or a woman, I feel like all the guys have really nice lashes. Why do the guys get all the nice things? Anyway, yeah, I feel like people have a lot of temptation about you, about sharing abundance with you and living in your abundant world is what I heard, and getting the insider knowledge about the projects you work on and the insider knowledge on your life. They want to know, they want to see what's in your life behind closed doors, I heard. And I feel like you're very smart, you're very intelligent, much more than you would let on. And there are certain things that you say to people that make them stop and think, wait a minute, like, they know what they're doing. Like, holy shit, like, I underestimated this person. Like, they know a lot. And you kind of make them stop and, like, do a double take at you, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you randomly appear, or maybe people just find you. People, I don't know, maybe, let's say you know somebody from class. I'm not saying you have to, but it's like, it goes along like this. Maybe you know somebody from class, you go to a different place, you meet them there, and it's kind of like, huh, like both of you guys Or maybe they do a double take at you and you're like, huh, what? I can't be here? Like, something, maybe that just like might happen. So it's like really funny. You may find people find you easily. You attract people easily. You attract a lot of abundance and wealth into your life easily. Maybe that's part of the plan. I feel like you guys are very introspective as well on yourself. I feel like you spend a lot of time alone, focusing on yourself and your priorities and getting them straight. I feel like you're very committed to yourself and your growth in this lifetime. And I feel like if something's not working for you, you're quick to end it for your sake, your health, is what I heard. And as you should, because if it's not serving you, then what is it doing there? I mean, you have the support of the skeleton fairy. They support you. They do. So does this little guy. So cute. The seal. But yeah, I feel like you've got a lot of support, strength from your spiritual team too, is what I also heard. Oh, I feel like, you know what? I feel like you've went through a lot of transformations in your life too. And you've shed a lot of your old skin, is what I'm hearing. That's why you're here today, why you're here now. Because you released a lot of the old and you really worked on yourself. And that's why you don't like to let people in easily, because you can't just let anyone and everyone in, right? You gotta be really careful with your energy, is what I'm hearing. Wow. So people definitely think you're mysterious, you're intense, you're bold, you're striking, you are yet ethereal but powerful in a way. Wow. Maybe you wear glasses too, or just like to have sunshades on, just for the look. You know those specific vintage sunglasses that everyone just kind of wears nowadays? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. They're usually black or white. They have like usually like a black rectangular frame, or it's white. So maybe that's something you really like. I don't know why, I just heard I like to dress like a hot mom. Oh my god, pile 3. I mean, you do what you gotta do, right? As long as you're happy with it. That's really funny. I'm actually gonna pull some more cards to see if I can get you anything. Just like 1 or 2 cards, because it wouldn't be fair to the other piles if I got a lot. Just to see if I can pull anything else, because nothing else is really coming to mind. And like I only did you like 10 minutes, I think, for this reading, so that's not fair. Spirit, what else? Ooh, 5 of Swords, Tattletale. No, wait, was mirrors swords or was it cups? No, not cups. Flutes or cups. I think this is the 5 of Swords. Yeah, because roses are wands, cups are flutes, and yeah, I think this is swords. Okay, get you one more. All right, pile 3. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Holy shit, the proposal. Excuse my language. I feel like people may try to rumor and gossip about you a lot. And I think that's why you keep your business private. I feel like people may try to take advantage of you, but what they don't know is that you have this vessel of knowledge within you. You're not just anybody. And people are attracted to you because they feel like you're rare. They feel like you're a hidden gem in this kind of world. They feel like you've got something abundant within you and they want access to that. Wow. And I feel like people may try to give you or sell you a dream or a fantasy, and it's taking you a lot to see past that. And that's why you're here where you are now, because you don't want just want a fantasy in words anymore. You want something deeper. And maybe you're hoping to meet your other half, because you have this. Now you're waiting for somebody else to have this too within themselves. But I definitely feel like you have high standards when it comes to meeting a person. And you really want fulfillment. You want emotional fulfillment. And you're not one to share your business and engage in gossip or, you know, drama anymore about, you know, romance and dating drama anymore. I don't think you want that. And I think that's why people may admire you too, because, you know, you have boundaries when it comes to drama and spreading that kind of stuff. I mean, we all should, honestly, because gossip and drama does not help, honestly. It doesn't do much. So but I definitely feel people may underestimate you and think that you're weak, and they may try to pull some moves on you that you don't like, that are sneaky, that are blindsiding. They try to blindside you, but you see right through it, and you're like, nah, I want this 10 of cups, and if I have to cut you off and walk away, goodbye. Like, you'll see me on the other side. In fact, you won't even see me at all, because I'm gonna go. So it's like you take yourself right out of the drama and the nonsense. You're gone. You're nowhere to be seen. And I feel like that's what people find so appealing and mysterious about you and captivating, because you're just gone. And people are kind of like, where'd you go? Where'd you go, you know? That's why people like to chase you as well. That's what I heard. So you might actually have the same people try to come in your life multiple times, wanting something with you, but you don't want them. You don't want that. Because it's not this ring. It's not that. It's not shiny enough. It's not, you know, it doesn't catch your eye. It's not the right cut. It's not the right color. It's not the right band size. So it's kind of like that. They are not the right band size. Oh my God, Spirit with the 18 plus messages. Belt size. Oh God, come on. That's funny. Maybe there's a saying that you guys use, you know, if the size down there ain't big enough, I don't want you. That's funny. Oh my God, pile 3. But I feel like you guys are just funny. You're charismatic. Your jokes make sense, and that's what people love about you, you know? But yeah, pile 3, that's what I have for you, and I really hope that this resonated. I hope this enjoyed. Have a great day or night. Feel free to support this channel. Thank you, and bye.